it feel like, yeah. Down like a pound, I got it, don't pound us around me, I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war, you got to love it like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want.
Coach, for my money, it's the best time of the year, playoff football time, as postseason action descends upon FedEx Field just outside of D.C. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store. Between the San Francisco 49ers and the Washington Redskins. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon.
Here we go, set, 10 logo. Check, watch 54, watch 54.
Let's pick it up, it's our time, guys, our time, let's get off the field.
Five.
On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Fair.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Strip that ball.
Right there. Alpha.
Right there. 54 Mike. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
On third down, Crouch. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. So opening drive, third down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on third down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Here we go. 60 or 54.
And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Let's go. 8, read.
Mike 54.
General West.
Check.
Snap.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Check 15. Check.
Rock it. Buzz. Get it.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Tyler Higbee. 27 yards. And the Redskins take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Here we go. 30 base.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Hey, high 7. Ready?
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Montez Sweat able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Go.
Let's go. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike.
Five.
They'll set up a throw, and he's going to go down again.
Well, it's apparent that these guys are getting after it right from the opening kickoff. They roll right downfield and score on their first possession. And here on defense, back-to-back sacks. Someone is ready to play.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Going to give this time to the tailback. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming.
Go, Jackrabbit, come on. Let's go.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. He was looking for Paul Richardson there.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up into great success.
And an alley to run. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
54 Mike. Down to lose 1. Hatchet.
61, matchbox, lights. Go.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, here's Love. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Watch 54. Switch.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Redskins on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And that is no good. No good. Wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2nd and 5. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Hey, wahoo! You might be getting tired of seeing me. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. They'll throw now on the final play. Deep ball for Goodwin. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. picked off by Troy Apke, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jonathan Allen able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up fourth down. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done. They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Get ready. Get ready.
Now they try the right side here. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Well, the second down throw on target, and he's going to get this inside the 30.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for the Washington Redskins.
First and 7.
First and 10.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Squeeze, double. He's checking. Crash.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
Double time. Put up. 4 down. Hey. 50 to Mike. 50.
Hey, Charlie.
Double dog. That's the way. Hey, Mike's 50.
Hey.
You can't block me. Mike's 50. Wild Bill.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Down. 8-3.
Mike's 50. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Sit up. Stay grip.
On 3rd down, here's Love. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter play. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 49. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
And able to find Higbee. It's complete. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. Way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
51 to Mike.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 40. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Cole? And a loose football. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Going to give this time to the tailback. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
To throw on 3rd down. Crouch. He's going to loft one. And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 56 yards. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is now 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is fielded at the 27. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now a handoff here to his running back. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
54. Watch the screen. 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 Say go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Well, on both sides, you come into this game with so much hope, so much build-up, looking to move on. One side.